Good afternoon, this is Gabriel Jackson, and welcome to BJC Mitzvah Day, number 54, part 3. A Mitzvah Day keeps us on its way. Just came off a treadmill, but we got to get this mitzvah in before sunset, as it's generously sponsored by Mark and Vicky Efron, in loving memory of Vicky's father, Gershon ben Avram. His neshama should have an aliyah. His soul should be elevated in the merit of today's mitzvah, which is the obligation upon the Beis Din, the court, to sentence a thief, and we're in the home stretch. The Chinuch proceeds to mention laws that pertain when a custodian is involved and laws that apply to stolen property. They include also the laws of a custodian who stole an item that had been entrusted to him for safekeeping, or who suffered a theft in which the item entrusted to him was stolen from his house, the law regarding the prohibition of purchasing a stolen object from a thief, and regarding one who did purchase stolen property from them, thieves, what is the law in regarding the owner of the object. The Chinuch concludes, these laws and additional details of this mitzvah are elaborated in the 7th chapter of Tractate Bava Kama, in the 8th chapter of Tractate Sanhedrin, in the 3rd chapter of Tractate Bava Metzia, and in a few places in Tractate Kesuvos, Kedushin, and Shavuos. You see, you gotta know Shas, you gotta know the Talmud to know where to find the details of this law, of course, and down right to the halacha. Okay, the applicability of the mitzvah. This mitzvah applies to men, for the responsibility to impose justice rests upon them. And as for the locations in which it applies, wherever there is a court of judges that have been ordained in Eretz Yisrael, they may impose upon a thief the liability to pay the kefil, the double, or the fourfold or fivefold payment, again, depending which animal it stole and killed. But if they were not ordained in Eretz Yisrael, they do not have the authority to impose liability for these penalties, but only to impose the return of the stolen object or its principal value. However, the law of selling the thief himself as an Eved Ivri, Jewish slave, in order to acquire funds to repay the victim, does not apply even when there are ordained judges, except when the laws of Yovel are in effect. That's the 50th year. So we hope to get these laws back, and that concludes the mitzvah. Thanks for listening. Once again, the neshama of Gershon ben Avram should be elevated in the merit of today's mitzvah. Thanks for listening. I'll see you tomorrow.